Alright, howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about Reforger a few days after its release. I made an initial video showcasing new features and things that were either not seen before in Arma 3 or are just way better than they are in Arma 3. Now in this video, I actually wanted to show some things I have since then discovered, as well as I want to discuss an idea that could revolutionize Arma mission making as we know it. Now finally, I also have some PvP gameplay that won't really be able to be a video on its own, but I figured it fit perfectly at the end of this video. Alright, so this first feature, I think it's a feature, was brought to my attention by one of my friends, and it's modularity in your vests or your rigs. So I'm not sure if this is intended, but if you have a backpack, and we have the Grenadier vest for the American faction here, you can actually drag this onto the ground, double click on it, and access the inventory. So we can see the magazine pouches, the back panel, we have the water canteens, but we also actually can take off the actual Grenadier vest. So what we do, we drag it into our backpack, and then if you drag it onto your character, boom, we're technically now wearing just the Grenadier vest, but obviously not the entire rig that comes with it. So what we could do now, obviously, is wear that. You know, there's not room for grenades. The thing is that if you want to modify this one again, so put this in our backpack, open up the chest rig, we actually can't seem to put it back in because it immediately defaults by going into the field pack. So I feel like you can technically modify these, but it's probably in an early stage because it just is a little messy. But for example, if we put this on, you can see the chest rig or the grenade launcher holsters are just not there, but we can see our two magazine pouches. We can actually take those off by going on here, boom, boom, putting this back on, and then the magazine pouches are gone. So modularity is definitely there, but I'm just not sure in what way, shape, or form we're going to be able to get it. If we got anything like ground branch, where you can like actively put your magazine and grenade and everything else, pouches where you want them on your vest, that would be the dream, but we'll have to see how that works for Reforger going forward. Alright, so we are actually on the same island, Ile d'Argent, where I initially showed some of the stuff from the last video, and I totally didn't realize I was walking right on top of a decently sized tunnel network. What we can do, we can take out our flashlight and actually go through here. I do want to credit the user Nikita1409 on Reddit, who posted this originally, but I figured we might as well take a look here because it actually goes quite a ways. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this is using the same style that Arma uses, where you can put a tunnel, but obviously you hide it by putting rocks above it. This one does look very creepy. I could imagine finding some zombies or anomalies in here somewhere down the line when somebody makes the mod for it. Just a little tunnel, but it is there, and definitely looks very creepy in there. Alright, we're on a hilltop overwatching St. Pierre. Now, clearly this game, by the way, looks freaking fantastic, but that's not what this is necessarily about. This is actually about PIP, or picture-in-picture scopes. We have an SVD here. We can aim down sight. As you can see, we can see into the town of St. Pierre, the harbor, the warehouses, etc. But while you're aim down sighted, you can actually hold Alt and still look around. And this is honestly freaking amazing. The fact that you go in and out of picture-in-picture without it being a separate instance like it is in Arma 3 is just phenomenal. You can quickly zoom back on the scope by just right-clicking, or if you want to, you can just slowly go back in it, which could make for some really cool cinematic shots, Sniper Elite style. So in my first Reforger video, I already touched on these slots from the Game Master perspective, which is also known as Zeus, where you can very quickly occupy and fortify a town or a position by just adding bunkers, medic stations, living quarters. Depending on the size, you can put down different things. Now, my friends and I were talking, and obviously these are pre-placed by the game's developers. However, because we got access as a community to the same workbench or the same tools that the developers got, we got to thinking, what if you replace basically everything on this map? You keep the road and the trees, but what if you put these little slots through an entire town? So imagine this entire town is naked, it just has trees the road and the slots in it, and you now get to put down entire prefabricated houses. Or if you want this to be a military base or a certain checkpoint or something, you can, instead of building houses, you can put down a bunch of military objects. What that means is, instead of having a pre-built map that you then go into and add some of these slots to, or even put down things using the entity browser, there could actually be a mod that then takes these towns and areas, cities, military bases, makes them completely naked just with a whole bunch of these slots, allowing you to put down whatever you want. Basically, that way, a mission would never be the same, because one person might make this a town, one person might make a military base, you might even make it a makeshift airfield if there's a runway area. And then now, as I said, just some quick PvP gameplay in the main conflict mode with some guys from the 3rd RB. Enjoy. Bravo team, let's move on, Jake.
Oh my god, who's that Chad with the RPG?
It's what's that guy from the fighting fucking no, yeah, Jump Sheet, the RPG god.
Ah, that water's really nice.
Alright boys, we're pushing in and let's start clearing it out, looking for signs of enemy and all that sort of shit.
Is it really decency looking at other players or just me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
it's a
decent.
bug.
Where's the gunfire, boys?
Jake, the only one.
I'm assuming we're not going to just fire at will at these guys, right? Like, we're going to set up a nice ambush first.
Yeah, Dyslexia said they're working on the Starbug with models.
Oh, that's good.
Stand by, we're receiving orders. Up to the next hedgerow. Up to the next hedgerow.
Moving up, next hedgerow.
The hedgerow, not the house. Really a hedgerow though. There's a truck over there.
Enemy
They
truck
can
front,
hear
yeah.
us. They can hear us talking to Drake, by the way.
I'm Bravo, but copy that, sir.
Shit, over by the house on the left.
Left side, left side.
Okay. Who is that?
Well, they know we're here.
Move to engage those boys. Get in cover, start moving around. Command, this is Bravo. Troops in contact over.
Just defending this village right now. One down. RPG guy.
Go on, you bot.
They're right in front of the other house. Hang on, hang on. Oh, he's got RPG'd. He got blasted. Friendly's front.
Where are you guys?
In the house to your left.
Oh, we got friendlies moving up on the left.
Oh,
Bounding it up, okay? Fucking get me some people across the street to that next building over.
And there's friendlies in those trees where you're moving toward.
Is there an arsenal over there? Behind the barn on the right side. White house. Two guys.
hell yeah, brother.
We got like 3 guys down. I think Jake's dead.
Enemy truck on the road. Enemy truck coming up the road.
I need a bandage. They're in this goddamn house. You Americans, you hear me in there?
Get his ass. He's still in there. He's still in there.
Clear this house. Clear this.
I'm on the other side, Chris. I'm on the other side.
Soviet in the house.
Good copy.
I'm in here. Watch out.
Yeah, I GL'd them.
Damn.
Americans down the road.
Copy.
Where the truck came from.
Rally at the burning wreck, gentlemen.
Which one? The truck?
The burning wreck of the fucking truck. A-frame. By the BTR. Once we rally, we're gonna move to engage that contact.
I'm a bit far in front of the burning wreck.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know.
Friendly.
Sounds good. I'm gonna try to get better eyes over here.
There wasn't much better eyes all the way back left over there.